Are you Andre Arnold?
Yes. Can I say one thing before?
No. Raise your right hand.
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Arnold, I'm going to go through your rights with you before you say anything, okay? Because anything you say in this hearing could be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, sir, we are here on a alleged violation of a PPO. So,
Judge,
yeah.
I believe Miss Underwood was already assigned to him and she's in the waiting room.
Oh, okay. Got her. So you were assigned counsel and you were assigned Rhonda Underwood. Is that correct? You would ask for court-appointed counsel?
And then I rejected the court. I'm going to represent myself. I request to have.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. So you have an opportunity to have free counsel through the county. Do you not want counsel to represent you?
I believe I'm being retaliated against.
No, that wasn't my question. Do you want counsel to represent you?
I cannot have counsel represent me because I'm being retaliated against. That's the
Okay, well, here's the deal. You have a right to have an attorney represent you through the proceedings, or you can do it alone. That's two things. Do you want an attorney to represent you?
The attorney is retaliating.
Do you know Miss Underwood?
I spoke with her, yes.
Okay, all right. So Miss Underwood, evidently, Mr. Arnold does not want counsel.
It is my belief
Sir, please don't talk above the judge.
What, Miss Underwood?
I spoke to Mr. Arnold at length. It is my belief he does not want counsel.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Underwood. We're all set then. All right. So, Mr. Arnold, a petition for a personal protection order was filed back on April 1 of 2026. That personal protection order was granted on April 1 of 2026. Ms. Adams, can you verify in the system whether there's a proof of service?
Okay, let me see.
Judge, I believe he was served by corrections staff on Friday with the revised PPO that had the correct expiration date.
All right. Okay. All right, so Mr. Arnold, evidently at the jail, they gave you a copy of the PPO. Is that correct? Yes or no?
No.
You never received a copy of the personal protection order?
I received the protection order at the location.
Sir,
You got to speak up so we can record you.
I received the protection order at the location.
Okay, so you were served a copy of the personal protection order at the Tecumseh address?
Correct.
Okay, so, and Mr. Arnold, the allegation against you is that on April 2nd, at 1600 hours, in violation of the personal protection order, you refused to leave the residence of the petitioner. Do you understand that's the allegation against you?
I understand that that's the
Okay, now, again, a personal protection order violation is a contempt of court, and it can carry a maximum penalty of up to 90 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Miss Spade, when he was arrested, was he charged with any other offenses?
That was on Friday, Judge.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday, yes, correct. I don't have anything that shows that.
All right, Miss Adams or Miss McGrain, are there any other charges against Mr. Arnold?
Judge, I am only aware that he was held in direct contempt and has served a sentence on that, but I am not aware of any other pending charges.
So Judge Olsaver handled this and there was a direct contempt charge from the hearing
Yes, Judge.
and he was sentenced?
He was sentenced to 3 days, which he has served.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Arnold, do you understand the maximum penalty for violation of a personal protection order can be up to 90 days in jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now, as I said, you have a right to have an attorney represent you in hearing, and you are choosing not to have an attorney represent you, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you do have a right to contest the violation of the personal protection order and to have a hearing on it. You have a right to have all the witnesses against you appear at your hearing, to have your lawyer ask those witnesses questions or ask them yourself if you don't have an attorney, and to have me order witnesses you might have to appear at the trial. Do you understand all of that?
I do.
You do not have to testify at your trial, and no one can say anything about you not testifying or hold it against you in any way. Do you understand that?
I do.
On the other hand, do you understand that you have a right to testify at your trial if you want to testify? How do you plead to the charge that you violated the personal protection order? Guilty or not guilty?
No comment.
Well, you have to plead one or the other, guilty or not guilty.
Well, I didn't do anything. I actually.
Guilty or not guilty are the only answers I'm looking
Guilty.
for. You plead guilty?
With an explanation.
Okay, so, all right, so Mr. Arnold, you were served a copy of the personal protection order. Was that on April 1 or April
I
2nd?
believe it's-
The 2nd?
Yes,
All right, and then did Miss Arnold give it to her, or a police officer?
some lady came to the door with law enforcement.
Okay, so they came to the door and they gave you a copy of the personal protection order. And at some point, did someone tell you had to leave the residence?
I told the police that I wanted to get arrested. I didn't.
No,
represent-
answer my question.
No,
Did anybody say this PPO requires you to leave the residence?
the lady informed me what the protection order allows. Yes,
Okay, and was Miss Arnold present?
she was in her room upstairs working.
Okay, and did you leave the residence as
I told the
requested?
officer said I wanted to come see you and arrest me. And they went and got my shoes and arrested me.
Okay, so you refused to leave the
If
residence?
that's what you would like to call, yes.
Okay, well, let me get this straight. You said, I didn't leave the residence, I wanted to come see you.
I said, arrest me. I would like to come. It's on video. They have video cameras.
Well, I don't need the video. Okay, so, in essence, though, you refused to leave the residence.
That's how you consider it, yes.
Okay, and so they arrested you. All right, and you posted bond. Did you get out on Friday?
No, I got up on Sunday.
Sunday? Okay, and where are you going? Do you
I'm at
have a
the
place to
shelter.
go?
I'm at the shelter.
Okay, all right, and do you understand you can't go back to this residence? Okay, so let me explain something to Mr. Arnold. All right, while this PPO is in place, you can't be at that residence. Are you married to her?
Can I say something, please?
Hold on, let me just go through this. Do you understand you can't go to that residence?
I understand what the PPO states.
Okay, do you understand anytime you go to that residence, you could be facing up to 90 days in jail?
I do.
And do you agree that you're not going to go back to that residence?
That's what you're forcing me, yes.
Okay, so you agree that as long as
No,
this.
I don't agree. You're forcing. me
No,
to
listen to
resident
me.
order this.
This order is in place. Now you can file an objection to this PPO. Listen to me. Listen to the words that I'm saying. This PPO was served on you on April 2nd. You are well within your time period to go to the clerk's office and file an objection to the PPO, which means it'll get set for hearing. And then I can take testimony from both of you on whether this PPO should remain in place. So you have that right. And that's something you can do today at the clerk's office. All right. So do you agree that you understand this PPO requires you not to go there? Yes.
Yes,
And that if you go there and the police come, you could be facing up to 90 days in jail.
I do.
Okay. And so you won't be going back
No, I
there?
won't.
Okay. Now, Mr. Arnold, before the court passes sentence, is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
Yes.
Go ahead.
First, I would like ADA accommodations.
Okay, I'm sorry. ADA accommodations, we can have you go speak with someone, Miss McGrain.
I don't need to leave the court to obtain legal, to obtain ADA.
Well,
accommodations. What I need.
Do you
Judge,
need
there's a
ADA
form. There's a
There's
form
a-
in the clerk's office that must be filled
Okay.
out to be
I don't-
requested.
I don't need it. Well, then I don't need it.
Do you
I-
need, hold on, because once you say ADA, I want to make sure I do everything in my power to protect your rights. Do you need ADA accommodations to finish this hearing?
No,
Oh, okay. Obviously there's a form.
We're not picking up his responses, just so.
Okay, can you repeat your response a little bit louder?
no.
Okay, thank you. We have to record this for appellate issues. Okay, so do you want to continue with this hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can say anything
I
on your.
apologize first if there's a misunderstanding. if I'm not mistaken, you ordered the document, and that's the name that was on it. Marie, I'm assuming that was the name that did the order.
I'm Judge Anna Marie.
Yeah, so for confirmation, normally, I'm originally from California, so I don't want to give you the wrong impression. First of all, I understand this is Michigan. Michigan has its own state laws. I have a couple of cases that are in federal district court, Denise Page Hood, Shalina D. Cumer, and I have a court case that's in circuit appellate court that was dismissed, that can be reopened. There was no merits of just dismissed. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because all the documents and so forth that are inside that house are relating first to federal cases involving identification, falsification of identification. The issue we have here, and the reason why I stated that I wanted to see you in cuffed and went with the law enforcement, is the person can't be identified at the location. The identification there is fraudulent. The marriage documents, Sedania Arnold, and I have that proof on me right now. Meaning that you wrote, and I'm not against you, because this happens all the time, and I'm addressing these matters with your Attorney General Dana and in federal courts, and I'm not attacking you. I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm doing or what I've said or what I've done. I accept anything you do. That's why I pled guilty. It's not a big deal to me. What I'm trying to emphasize to this court and to many other courts is identification through state. You don't need fingerprints. You don't need facial recognition. One, identification is assumed through Social Security birth certificate in a bill or any other type of documentation showing that residence is receiving or paying utilities or otherwise. After 10 years of identification just being forwarded without a new photograph, a person appears in their body and facial would appear different. Meaning, I'm giving you an example only, not that this is what's going on here. I'm just showing you that there's three methods of ways of identifying people that the DMV is being manipulated of. And I've seen this dealing with this in her. Specifically, you can walk into a DMV, assume someone else's identity with just their information, long as that information matches previous information in an address, first off. Second, a person, let's say a person was 17 yesterday, not that I've done this or anything, I'm giving you a hypothetical. A person 17 yesterday turns 18 today. Kids today look like they're 22, 23 at 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, look older. After 10 years, your appearance is going to look different. So say a person lost their identification, they want to go get a new identification, but you want to assume by illegal activity, not by legal standard, and you wanted to walk into a DMV, you can assume that person's identification at 17 turning 18 a day and have two different people. What ends up happening is you're violating both voter registration,
unless you're a woman, the SAVE Act comes into effect. So maybe that's only applicable to men. So let me ask you this. Sedania Arnold, is that your wife?
Her information is fraudulent.
Okay, but you are Andre Arnold. That's the biggest issue. So explain to me why I shouldn't send you to jail today for violation of the PPO.
Why you shouldn't send me today for violation of PPO? Well, your PPO states that I have no interest at the home. Everything there at the home is in my name. By the state judicial notice.
So you guys are married, right?
Let's give judicial notice first.
No. So are you guys married?
Not legally.
Okay, so if you're not legally married, you're going to have to file a civil action. If you're legally married, you have to file for divorce to get all your stuff. And if all your stuff is there, you need to probably file for that divorce as quick as possible. If you're not civilly married,
I'm not. Well, I think I didn't say something to you correctly.
Well, I think you're getting into stuff that really isn't relevant to what I need to know.
Okay.
So, Mr. Arnold, you have agreed you're not going to go back to that residence until you have permission. And so if you're legally married, you need to file a divorce as soon as possible so you can get your stuff back, right? And then if you're not legally married, you probably need to do a separation, a civil action. So I am going to give you credit for time served, Mr. Arnold, with the advice that this PPO remains in effect and please don't violate it. But as I said, I've offered you two options, whether you're married or not, to get your personal effects back. Ms. McGrain, is there anything else we need with Mr. Arnold, or is he all set?
Just an order on the violation of the PPO, Judge.
Okay, so I'll give you credit for jail time already served, and I wish you good luck getting your stuff back. Thank you, Mr. Arnold.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this point, one last question. There is no current any other court date set with you outside of
Nope.
I set one?
Nope, the PPO remains in effect, and unless there's a violation, there's no court date.
Okay, can I ask one other
Mhm.
question? Let's say, for instance, and this isn't to do anything or make you feel any type of way, because I don't. I'm trying to assist the court and keep the court out of manipulation, per se. Let's say this person's identification, marriage certificates, everything through the DMV, and you issued an order on a person that you cannot identify. I'm positive you can.
Then, you probably need to go to the prosecutor's office
That's
and
what
file
I'm
a
gonna do.
complaint.
I'm actually going to the sheriff's, already talked,
Okay.
I'm gonna do fingerprints and make a report and so forth, and I've
Okay.
already talked to people at the AG's
All right.
office making complaints. But what I'm trying to emphasize on before I file any 1983s to 1985s or any civil actions in federal courts, or remove this case to federal court, because I already have cases in dealing with identification. I don't want to be in conflict with you. I don't think you're doing anything to me. I think that you're unaware. So what I'm saying is an issue, a PPO in effect, I'm not changing anything, is in effect, and I'm not changing anything. I'm not fighting you. I'm not going over there. What I'm saying is for a court, any court, let's say it wasn't you, issues an order. If I was to go to court and file a petition or file something in federal court and say, well, the state judge issued an order, here's the proof that this person's not even who they are. This would create a conflict with, and I understand you're immune on the 11th Amendment. I understand all the things and characteristics to go along with federal and state laws and constitutionality. But that creates a serious issue if PPOs are being issued by state judges through friend of courts. They can't properly identify the person who asked for the PPO.
Okay, so I think you're mistaken in your belief that that's even something that's presented. So I appreciate that. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Likewise. How do I get a transcript of this hearing?
You request it from her.
Or do I have to make a request? Can I make one?
Ms. Spade, I'll take a recess.
Thank you.
Go ahead and do that, and I'll take a recess.
Thank you.
Is there any papers I need to fill out?
I don't know. She'll talk to you. She just got to close down. Oh, go ahead and see. She just got to stop what she's doing in order to talk to you.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you my email address and I'll write it down here.
Please.
And then just email me.
I'm poor and I'm at the shelter. I have nothing.
Okay, that's not at the address, sir. If you just make the request by email, I can tell you what you know how much it is. Then from there on, we can check the administrators to see if it can be provided.
Okay.
Sir, just so you know.
I'm gonna go down to the police station, to the sheriff's office first. Right when I leave there, I'm gonna see you.
That's fine, sir.
I appreciate
Okay,
you.
okay, it's JOA, it's 3 N's.
3 M's.
Dot state, that, Lally,
Your mind.
dot MI, dot US.
Thank
Okay,
you
you're
very much.
very welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day, sir. You must be.
That's nice.
We made them.
Have a good day.
Please rise for court's now in session.
Thank you, Judge. Yes.
Okay, maybe seated.
Okay, so